Hi everyone, my name is Gabby and today I'll be breaking down the various roles of a flight attendant and how they each partake in making up each passenger's flying experience. My interest in aviation started quite suddenly. Up until it was time to start applying to post-secondary schools, I was pretty certain that I was going to go to school to become a teacher. All of my experience up until that point, as well as other factors like my sister being a teacher and her being such a role model to me, just made the choice seem so fitting. Right as I was about to start applying to Brock University for concurrent education, I started seeing frequent posts on my social media from flight attendants. The posts were get ready with me's and day in my life, and they were very intriguing, or at least to me they were. And up until this point, it had never really occurred to me that being a flight attendant was a job that I could do personally, mostly because I am not a frequent traveler, so I haven't encountered them as often as I've encountered other job roles, other people in other job roles, so it was just never something that really occurred to me. There are various roles that must be filled that all contribute to the safety and success of a flight. The three that I'm going to discuss today are the roles of an in-charge flight attendant, a galley flight attendant, and an aisle flight attendant. It goes without saying, in-charge flight attendants oversee the cabin crew. They differ from other flight attendants because they sustain additional training outside of the required training to become a flight attendant. This additional training includes emergency procedures, how to address in-flight customer service concerns, and how to successfully manage an entire team. In-charge flight attendants are responsible for keeping their crew organized and in sync with each other, maintaining communication with the flight deck, and ensuring the safety of their crew and passengers. They also supervise service to ensure everything is in order. Overall, it's necessary to have an in-charge to ensure a successful flight. Another critical role is the role of a galley flight attendant. A galley flight attendant spends majority of their time in the galley. They're responsible for preparing meals, setting up carts for other flight attendants to deliver, and keeping galleys and utilities clean and organized. The role of a galley flight attendant is best suited for those who work well under pressure, manage their time well, and are extremely organized. Although this role doesn't directly interact with passengers as much as the other flight attendant roles, they impact their flying experience just as much. The final role that I'll be talking about is the role of an aisle flight attendant. Aisle flight attendants have the most hands-on interactions with the passengers. Aisle flight attendants are responsible for pre-flight inspections, performing safety demonstrations, and assisting passengers whenever it's needed. Aisle flight attendants assist passengers directly by answering questions, providing service, and monitoring the cabin to ensure everything is in order and all passenger needs are met. It's crucial for their role to be successfully filled because they're the deciding factor of whether or not a passenger has a negative or positive flying experience. Passengers also see flight attendants as the face of their airline, which makes it even more important for them to leave a good, lasting impression. The flight attendant role that I find the most interesting is the aisle flight attendant position. I find this the most interesting and the most fitting for me because I find myself to be a people person and I enjoy interacting with others. I also appreciate the responsibility of leaving a good impression on others. Initially, I considered myself to be more fitting for the role of a galley flight attendant because I'm an extremely organized person and the role fits more into my comfort zone. But the deeper I dive into my program, the more I've been encouraged to step out of my comfort zone. In terms of my experience that I think would contribute to my success as an aisle flight attendant, I have extensive customer service experience from both working and volunteering that I think would support me. For example, I have experienced diffusing situations with dissatisfied customers, receiving multiple requests from various customers at once, and working in fast-paced environments with others. These experiences have helped me develop skills like conflict resolution, active listening, and time management, as well as conflict resolution. In conclusion, all flight attendant roles are equally as important in creating a safe and successful flight. They work together like a well-oiled machine, and without one, the others wouldn't be successful. It's essential for them to work together. The galley flight attendant prepares meal services and delivery carts. The aisle flight attendants provide direct service to passengers, and the in charge keeps things in order. Thank you for listening.